Forms are broken, like my finger. Nobody says, wow, I hope today I can complete a 47 fields intake form. I'm a little bit nervous about recording this video. English is not my first language, but I think that's okay, because this video is not about sounding perfect. It is about something that I believe. Forms are broken, like my finger. Not all forms, not always, but most of the forms we use every day feel like a small piece of bureaucracy. They feel cold, they feel rigid, they feel like paperwork, but with a little nicer design. And the funny thing is, we all know this. Nobody wakes up excited to fill out a form. Nobody says, wow, I hope today I can complete a 47 fields intake form. People don't like forms. But people like answering questions. That's a huge difference. When someone asks you a question, you can answer, you can explain, you can give context, you can say, actually, my situation is different. But a form doesn't care. A form says first name, last name, email, phone number, select an option, upload a file, describe your problem in 200 characters. And that's it. The form does not listen, does not understand, does not ask. Can you explain that a little more? And for many businesses, this is a big problem, because intake is not just collecting data. Intake is the beginning of a relationship. It is the first moment when a customer, a student, a patient, a candidate, or a client is trying to say, here's what I need. Here's my situation. Can you please help me? And too many times, we answer that human moment with a form. That feels wrong to me. It is time for a new generation of intake. Not just prettier forms, not just forms with rounded corners. I believe we need to replace the form experience with something that feels more like a conversation. And that's why we are building ioZen. ioZen replaces static forms with AI-powered IntakeBots. An IntakeBot asks questions one at a time. It can ask smart follow-up questions when the answers are vague. It can help collect better information from the beginning. And then it can send that information into real workflow with a process board and contacts. Because this is another problem with forms. Even when the forms is submitted, the work is not done. Usually the information goes to an email inbox or a spreadsheet or to a CRM nobody updates, or to 5 different tools that are connected with duct tape and hope, Zapier, N8N, or whatever. And then someone on the team has to read it, understand it, qualify it, copy, paste, assign, follow up. So the customer had a bad experience at the end. And the team still has more manual work. That's crazy. The future should be different. The future of intake should be conversational, intelligent, and connected to the workflow. But I also want to be clear about something. I love AI, but I don't believe every business process should be handled by a fully autonomous agent. Agents are powerful, they are exciting, they are the future in many ways, but sometimes they are also unpredictable. And when you are dealing with important information, with customers, with admissions, with applications, with legal, financial, medical, or operational processes, you don't always want something unpredictable. You need a structure, you need control, you need consistency. And that's a sweet spot of IntakeBots. They are not just random AI chats. They are structured conversations. The business defines the path. The business defines what needs to be collected. The business defines the logic. But AI helps inside that structure. AI helps ask better questions. AI helps clarify vague answers. AI helps extract information from documents. That's huge. AI helps qualify and organize the submission. So it's not chaos. It's not a black box. It is a deterministic flow powered by AI, where AI actually helps. And that's very important to me, because the goal is not to replace everything with magic. The goal is to remove friction. The goal is to make bureaucracy feel more human. The goal is to help people move from I need something to someone is actually helping me. And I have seen so many businesses lose opportunities because of terrible forms. Not because they have a bad product, not because they don't care, but because the first step is painful. We want to fix that. This is not only about leads, also. It can be for admissions, it can be for client onboarding, for employee onboarding, for applications, service requests, internal workflows, whatever process you need a form, or where you are using a form now. Forms are everywhere. And because forms are everywhere, we stopped questioning them. We just accept them. Forms belong to a bureaucratic internet. And I think the next version of the internet will feel more conversational, more intelligent, more adaptive, more human. And that is the world we want to help build. And we know we are still early. ioZen is not perfect, but we are proud of what we are building. And because we believe this problem matters. So if you have ever looked at a form and thought, there has to be a better way, I agree with you. I'm with you. That's exactly why we are building ioZen. We are here to replace forms with conversations. And hopefully, one small intake bot at a time, make bureaucracy feel a little less painful. Thank you for listening. And if this idea connects with you, I would love for you to try ioZen. Or even better, tell me about one form you hate, because that's probably where the future starts. Thank you.